well, whenever you see I get to come over, you see Tabernacle Falcons Part 2, basically. I mean, they may take offense to that, but
I feel like you're just saying that because they have similar colors.
that too, and it's a similar makeup to the program, but we won't get into that. But, you know, I expect to see a lot of fight out of the Suns. I think they should be highly favored because...
Wait, did you do that on purpose just now?
What?
I expect to see a lot of fire out of the Suns.
No, that wasn't intentional, but you know...
Oh, that was unintentional.
That was unintentional.
That's trash.
Hey, I'm good with these no-look passes, man.
So,
But I think the Suns should definitely be favored because, I mean, we have DeAndre Ayton with the Phoenix Suns. I feel like they should automatically be favored in this contest.
by the way, this broadcast team with Shane and myself, you will get a lot of references to things that may have nothing to do with this game, but I promise you it'll make sense somehow in there.
It definitely will.
So our first game of the afternoon, we saw the Anatol Rodgers Timberwolves with a 48-37 win over the Patrick Bethel Marlins out of Abaco. And in game 2, you had the GHS Magic with a win over the 8 Mile Rock Blue Jays. So 2 GSSA teams with wins here on the opening day of the National High School Basketball Championship. Will it be a third win for a GSSA squad, or will the BAISS get its first win here with Temple Christian? And like I said, Temple Christian's been very surprising this year. Of course, they're led by Dayton Albury. He's one of the most, I would say he has the most balanced offensive game that I saw in their league, and probably one of the most balanced players in the country. He gets it done in a variety of ways, and a lot of the time he carries his team on his back offensively throughout the course of the game.
But I know this is like 2 contrasting teams. Obviously, C.I. Gibson has the size advantage, falls on this team, but with the Suns' speed, be able to, keep them in this game with the Rattlers.
Well, the Suns will go as far as Dayton Albury will carry them, so it'll be interesting to see how Kevin Johnson and Mark Hanna game plan for him. I mean, you want to trap him, you want to get the ball out of his hands quickly. That's what teams were trying to do to them throughout the BAISS season, and that's what teams did to them in Hugh Campbell.
And if the Rattlers are successful in that game plan, who do you expect, for the Suns to kind of shoulder the load a little bit?
Well, that's always the question with them. Who's going to be able to score the ball when it's out of Albury's hands? When he's not the one making the plays, who's going to step up? Where's the rest of the offense going to come from?
Well, in a few minutes, we will find out.
So tip-off here in Game 3, C.I. Gibson against Temple Christian. And Albury right away off the opening tip gets an assist to Christian Stirrup. Sun strike first. C.I. Gibson backcourt, Ken Von Farrington and Sahid Sanusi. Very quick, undersized, but very fast. Okay, maybe too fast right there. They almost turned the ball over in the backcourt. Rattle was able to recover.
Suns with a lot of energy at the gate.
Shot clock violation on their first possession. Usually C.I. Gibson, we see them break out the trap perhaps later in the game, maybe later in the first half. They go right away off the opening tip. Interesting strategy when you know you're playing in nationals over the course of a few days where depth could play a factor.
It seems like it's a scheme, they just want to, come out, kind of intimidate other teams watching and, make a statement, at the expense of the Suns.
And we talked about who would step up alongside Dayton Albury, but it's Stirrup with the first 5 points for Temple Christian. Derek O'Barrows tries to make a move. Stirrup with the steal, with the Euro step, and it's 7 points for Christian Stirrup. And all that we talked about Dayton Albury, he's only touched the ball for a second. It's been all Christian Stirrup so far. C.I. Gibson struggling on the offensive end.
Part of me feel the Rattlers are playing possum like the first half of this period.
I mean, playing possum could get you pulled. The starting 5 will go to the bench. I don't know if this is the time to do that. Stirrup, I thought he was going to go for the heat check there. Gets it to Kurtwood Smith. His three is off, rebounded by Nicholas Jones. So C.I. Gibson, a team that likes to play a fast-paced game, turns the ball over quickly, and turn that defense into offense. Sorry, that's what they try to do here in this possession. Farrington looking for the call, he doesn't get it, and it's another turnover for C.I. Gibson. So 2 turnovers in 3 possessions, a missed 3. And that's all the Rattlers have done so far. Stolen again by Farrington. Ball will stay with C.I. Gibson. Nearly halfway through the first. Still with a blank on the scoreboard.
Have the Suns maintained this, kind of energy, throughout the course of the season?
Well, the thing about it is, I don't think they have the depth that a lot of other teams do. And Derrico Burrows gets the Rattlers on the scoreboard with a 3. Yeah, the Suns, they don't have the depth to play this style and to play at this pace throughout the course of the game. So, like I said, when you're in nationals and you have to play a series of games over the course of 4 to 5 days, substitutions become key, depth become key. But I mean, it's hard to criticize anything from a start when you started with a 7-0 lead, and it's all coming from one player. So Gareth Edgecombe at the line. He's the first Temple Christian player to score other than Stirrup so far.
Who knows, maybe for the Suns, being small in number, roster size may actually be a boost for them. You've seen moments like that with teams. They come here with shorter numbers. They put up a good fight and they make things interesting.
So the Rattlers airball another 3 on their offensive possession. Suns come up short.
Is that a half-court shot? Or pop?
He tries to get it to somebody, but Albury comes up with the steal, and he dishes an assist to Kurtwood Smith. So Albury with assists on 2 of the 5 Temple Christian baskets. And the Rattlers continue to struggle on offense. TC now with a chance to go up 9-10 with a 3. Edgecombe drives it. Scoop shot is good. It's got to be the Pumas. He's the only high school basketball player I've seen over here wearing the DeAndre Ayton Pumas.
I told you.
And down low for the Rattlers.
Okay, quick prediction. What do you think KJ is going to tell this team, going into this first period?
Expletives included, or the PG-13?
Let's keep it PG as much as PG as possible.
Well, right now they just look completely out of sync on offense. You had the 3 from Burrows, and the other basket was off an offensive rebound. But they're not moving the ball well. They're really taking the first shot early in the possession, and right now they're not making the Suns' defense work. It's one pass, first man to get it, he puts up a shot. That offense is just not going to work. Usually when you see C.I. Gibson play, they're driving to the lane. They're driving and dishing. They're making that defense move laterally. Right now, everything is just stagnant because it's one pass and they're chucking it up.
But you think this is a part of, the Rattlers' game plan? Because, like
there's
you said,
no way being down by 7
not being
part of
down,
anybody's
but
game plan.
making them speeding up the game, letting the Suns kind of tire themselves out for,
I think they need to be speeding up the game because right now they're playing at a very slow pace. The game plan obviously was, like you said, to speed it up. That's why you come out in the trap, but it hasn't produced the results that they wanted on the offensive end so far. So 12-5, TC leads, 1:25 left to go here in the first. Chad Smith drives the lane. His floater's no good. Farrington pump fakes, drives left. He's going to go to the line, fouled there by Nicholas Jones.
You know, it's been a very, 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 very long break for these teams. You know,
yeah, it's been about
Campbell
a month since Hugh Campbell, hasn't it?
Yeah, so I think a lot of teams are kind of like, you know, out of rhythm. So I guess it's kind of what you could expect from a top team like the Rattlers. You know, they may come up flat-footed, but eventually, you know, they'll catch their win, you know.
You know what? They're not being shouted at as much as I thought they would be.
I noticed that too. It's very quiet.
As much as I feel like they need to be.
I think he's saving it for when, you know, his first period's over. And if it continues into halftime, it may get a little louder in there.
So 12-6. Suns do handle the trap. They get it to Albury. Stolen by C.I. Gibson. That defense turning into easy offense. And Cameron Scherer will go to the line. Sorry, number 9, David Ambrose goes to the line for C.I. Gibson, looking to cut into this 6-point deficit. Ambrose makes the first. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Misses the second, rebounded by Albury. Gets it ahead to Jones, and he's stripped by Jaden Strawn. Farrington comes the other way. Passes it to nobody.
But I will say this is the most I've seen Temple Christian in Freeport. You know, they had their primary school team here for the Moon McPhee tournament.
Yeah.
And then now I get finally see the high school team up close and personal. So
yeah, they have a very good primary school program. Usually always one of the top in the country. But like you said, now their senior program looks to get some recognition here. Had a nice run at Hugh Campbell.
All right, they got knocked out. Like which day? Like
they made the semifinals of the pool championship.
Okay.
Albury misses the first free throw. I think when a lot of people really started recognizing this team, one of the top teams in the BISS, and in the semifinals, they played an epic semifinal against Queens College, 5 overtimes. I'm still having nightmares about that game. I didn't leave the gym until about 12:30.
I remember watching the live feed, and I was like, are they
5 overtimes?
I figured they might have, you know, pulled off, you know, the Syracuse.
Bruh, 5 overtimes. So Chad Smith, he's fouled with a chance for a 3-point play. And in the opening game of the Hugh Campbell, they went 3 overtimes against GHS. That overtime game they won.
I mean, if they could play 5 overtimes, I'm sure they could, you know, make it interesting to kind of make a deep run into this tournament.
So Albury completes the 3-point play. Smith, completes the 3-point play. And the Rattlers are down just 3. 15.9 seconds left here in the first. Gets it ahead to Albury. He drives the lane, looks for a foul, doesn't get it. Emmanuel Alexander the next way, and he's stripped by Kirkwood Smith. So the Rattlers maintain possession. Oh, they're going to give it to Temple Christian now. 4.4 seconds left. They get it ahead to Stirrup. And Nicholas Jones, do they count it?
They count it.
And they're going to count it. Nicholas Jones' floater just beats the buzzer. and gives Temple Christian a 15-10 lead at the end of one. So in the first quarter, we saw a lot of Christian Stirrup leading the way for Temple Christian, but the Rattlers using their defense, that's their hallmark. That's what they do. They use that defense, turned it into easy offense, got a whole lot of turnovers, fast break baskets. That's what they have to do. That's how they got back into this game. Which trend do we see continuing?
I can definitely see them, continuing to play harder defense, creating a lot more turnovers now. I think eventually, their offense is going to pick up. I don't imagine that the Rattlers will actually kind of stay down too long or stay too cold in this game against the Suns.
I feel like you keep using the temperature references with the hot and the cold because their nickname is the Suns.
I don't have a choice. I really don't have a choice. I mean, it's too easy.
Well, C.I. Gibson gets the first possession here in the second. Smith from the corner, he's no good. Rebounded. Bryson Strawn fumbles it away. The Suns have actually done a good job handling this pressure in the backcourt. Their turnovers have happened when they got the ball beyond the half-court line, where they try to set up their half-court offense.
Right now, also, keeping the Rattlers kind of out of sync. They only went 3 for 10 in that quarter.
And 2 of those makes were on fast breaks that came off of turnovers. So the C.I. Gibson half-court offense has been, it's been awful so far. There it is, another turnover. Stirrup comes up with the steal. He loses it out of bounds. Ball will go to C.I. Gibson.
I think this is where the Suns, they don't want to get too overzealous. They're playing great defense, but now they just kind of got to control the tempo moving forward.
Jumper from the left wing from Chad Smith. That's his second field goal. And again, he cuts it to 3. So after watching a lot of Temple Christian games this year, I never thought that I would say this, but they got to find a way to get Dayton Albury involved. Just one trip to the line and 1 field goal attempt. Albury there with the spin. Strawn blocks it. The Rattlers bigs are doing a good job of just going straight up. Temple Christian players are driving, looking for that foul call, but they're not going to get it.
No, definitely the refs they don't bail you out that early, into this tournament.
So here's Rashawn Strawn at the line with a chance to cut this Temple Christian lead to just 1. This is the first.
Is it fate that the Suns have a player with the initials DA?
You know what? No. No, it's not. You're reaching. And TC fails to get the rebound, and it comes back to Strawn. Now, as a coach, you got to lose your mind on a play like that. You get bailed out because a guy misses 2 free throws. Nobody boxes out the shooter. Nobody grabs the rebound. He gets his own miss, and now he's back to the line shooting another pair. So Strawn again at the line with a chance to cut it to 1. Makes the first this time.
Who's usually been the driving force, for this Rattlers team?
It's number 5, Derrick Burrows. He is the top player on this team. He's the one that scores the big buckets when this team needs it most. He's their best 3-point shooter and the most aggressive player on offense. So look for Burrows to really be the person down the stretch if C.I. Gibson separates here. And Strawn had a double-double in Game 2 of the GSSA Championships. He gets it done on both ends of the floor.
See the Rattlers now, they kind of settle back into the zone.
TC now in a bit of a drought. Yet to score here in the second quarter.
Another turnover.
But they'll get it right back as Strawn's pass goes out of bounds. In for C.I. Gibson is Jaden Strawn. Yeah, I thought C.I. Gibson just threw the ball away. I was really confused as to why they had it just now, but the refs get it right. And Albury will inbound for the Suns. Gets it inside to Edgecombe. He makes a strong move in the post, but that's no good. Rebounded by Burrows. Gets it up quickly the other way. And Farrington is blocked by a trio of Suns. TC still looking for their first basket here in the second quarter. Playing to a 15-13 lead. So Albury drives baseline, but he's fouled. Foul on Rashawn Strawn.
In a case like this, do the Suns have enough shooting to, kind of break this drought? You see, they're in that 2-3 zone now.
Well, Starb was that person early. Made a 3 on his second touch of the game. TC hasn't taken another shot from distance since. But unless you find the angles to attack the zone, you're going to have to shoot them out of that. Strawn drives. It's going to be a blocker charge. So Theo Knowles draws the charge. TC is approaching nearly 3 minutes now without a basket, yet still lead because C.I. Gibson hasn't been able to take advantage. So the trap worked perfectly just now, but you bail a guy out with a foul.
Oh.
Suns maintain possession. Edgecombe goes baseline. Looking for a foul, and he'll get it.
You've got to wonder what's going through the mind of the Rattlers right now. They have the Suns right where they want it, but they can't get anything going their way.
I disagree. Being down 2 is not where they want them.
Well, in this
I think
case,
they would prefer to be up 2.
The way they're playing, they should be down even more. But, for what it's worth,
what is it
striking distance. They're within striking distance. They could take over this game at any moment, but right now it just seems like things are not, just falling their way.
You make a lot of old people puns, Rattlers striking distance. You listen to Hugh B. Brown too much, that's your problem. There's a lot of Hugh B. Brown and Jeff Van Gundy in your commentating.
I had another comment, but I don't want to get in trouble at,
That's all right, this one isn't on TV. See, we are the B commentary team, and we are just for the internet.
Got you.
The A team comes on at 8.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to risk it.
So TC gets their first points of the quarter when Gareth Edgecombe makes 2 at the line. C.I. Gibson with another empty trip up court.
He ain't bad. I mean,
Fair.
gotta respect the vets, man.
Fair. Up quickly to Stirrup. His pass goes straight through the hands of Mitchell Fines, who just checked in. Turnover right back to C.I. Gibson.
Yeah.
None of these teams are handling the ball very well.
I was just about to say both teams appear to be very, very sloppy this period.
Smith was drive to the basket. That's short. Here comes Albury the other way, and he'll be fouled by Farrington. A lot of fouls, a lot of turnovers, a lot of errant passes, not a lot of scoring.
Yeah, this one's definitely gonna be a low scoring one, but you gotta wonder what the Suns now are thinking. You know, are they kind of hoping and praying? You know, they get something going where they build a comfortable cushion there, or
Well, they're in the bonus with 3 minutes left to go in the quarter. That's a lot of time to be shooting free throws, so I expect them to drive the ball to the basket every possession. They're struggling trying to get good shots, trying to create open looks. So right now you got to drive the ball to the basket, take advantage of the fact that you have about 3 minutes here in the bonus. It'll probably not be long before C.I. Gibson's in the bonus too. So third foul of the period for Temple Christian. There's Cameron Scherer for 3.
right on time. They really needed that bucket.
Just a terrible foul in the backcourt from Jonathan St. Fleur. You send the Suns' best free throw shooter to the line on a foul.
Yeah, you gotta become less of those situations. They end the bonus. You don't want to, give up any easy baskets, especially, when you're struggling on the offensive end.
And the thing about it is the Suns are struggling too because they're not getting any field goals. All of their points this quarter have come from the free throw line, so that's all C.I. Gibson's doing. Aubrey splits the pair at the line. And the Suns go up 4. Scherer again aggressive off the bench, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And he looks like he's that spark that C.I. Gibson needed coming off the bench. When your starters are not doing it, sometimes you need that guy. You need somebody to come in and just provide some kind of energy, whether it's on the offensive end or defensive end of the floor. Scherer looks to be that guy right now for C.I. Gibson.
Definitely, I'm sure KJ is kind of going to lean on them for the rest of this quarter, and who knows, maybe start him off in the third period to keep things going.
Scherer makes them both. C.I. Gibson down just 2. Suns again handled the trap pretty well. Here's Aubrey to the lane, and he's blocked by John Smith.
Vicious.
And the other way, Sanusi showing that speed turns it into an easy layup, tied at 20, and that's the first time I think the Suns just got completely confused by the trap. Easy turnover. Let's see if the Rattlers are able to capitalize. Smith, long-range 2-pointer. That's no good.
One, you feel that attempt kind of gave this game the kind of energy, the jolt of energy it needed. And 2, it seems like these refs are well, never mind. But on that block, it seemed like it was a foul, though. I was gonna say it seems like they're really letting them play, through a whole lot of contact.
That's a commentator's way of saying they don't like how the refs are calling the game.
Really?
Yeah, just say it.
No, I mean, either way, each team's going to the free throw line, so.
I mean, the Suns have been the aggressor. They have been. Aubrey misses another. The Suns know they're struggling on the offensive end, but what they are doing, they're finding a way to get to the free throw line. Aubrey misses both. Tied up. Possession arrow will go to C.I. Gibson.
This is kind of what you like to see. You like to see dog fights.
Oh, it's a foul call.
You like to see this kind of dog fight, early on in the tournament, kind of give spectators something, something worth watching. You don't want to see a lot of blowouts too early.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the point behind Nationals, because you want to have, theoretically, it's supposed to be the best of the best teams that are here. Right. So every game should be closely contested like this one. And it also helps when it's unfamiliar competition. These teams don't get an opportunity to play each other that often. They play in 2 different leagues. So unless it's in Hugh Campbell or an off-season tournament, they won't get to face each other. So they don't know each other as well.
What's going to be interesting to see with this male division is the fact that, okay, now we get to see two Family Island teams stacked up against some of the best teams from Nassau, some of the best teams from Grand Bahama. You gotta figure would they flirt with the idea of adding the Family Island teams and making it just a single elimination tournament.
That's what I really want to see, because I think a single elimination tournament, when the stakes are at their highest at every game, teams are forced to step it up. Like, you don't have a choice but to provide your best in that moment. Single elimination, that's why the NCAA tournament is the force that it is.
Right. We would actually finally get a chance to kind of put brackets out there and kind of make our own.
I've been waiting all my life to make brackets.
Exactly.
So Sanusi misses two, but the Rattlers have their first lead of the game late here in the second quarter. Smith gets it ahead to Leo Bethel, is going to be called for the travel in the corner. It's amazing that Temple Christian has survived a quarter where they've played like this. As good as that first quarter was, the second quarter was just as bad, and they trailed by 1. Aubrey passes up a 3, resets it, gets it to Edgecombe up top. He takes the 3 this time. That's no good, but Nicholas Jones there for the rebound, and he gets the first Suns basket with less than a minute here in the second quarter.
Aubrey still appears, trying to find his game a little bit.
But you asked before the game who would be the player that steps up, and the Suns have really done it by committee with their leading scorer and not getting it done the way they've been accustomed to see him do it.
But is Aubrey the kind of player, he may have this bad first half, but do you expect for him to pick it up?
Oh yeah, it don't matter. He gets buckets. That dude is a walking bucket. He'll be fine. Bethel gets it ahead. Deflected out of bounds. So 17 seconds left. 2.8 second differential in the shot clock, so the Rattlers will get it back. Aubrey in the lane. Banks it off the glass.
Right on time.
Final possession here for the Rattlers. (24-23). 3 seconds left to play. C.I. Gibson with possession. Scherer will check back in for the final shot. He comes in for Chad Smith. Sanusi inbounds it to Alexander. Floater falling out of bounds. That's how the first half will end. Temple Christian leading the C.I. Gibson Rattlers 24-23 headed into the half.
I think this is setting up for an exciting finish. And for the Suns, you gotta be walking into the locker room with your head kind of high. You didn't play your best, but now you still hold a 1-point lead over a very, very good Rattlers team. What do you think that coach says to them to kind of keep them grounded and keep them focused?
I will let you know exactly what their coach says when we come back. 2018 Bahamas National High School Basketball Championship. C.I. Gibson trailing the Temple Christian Suns 24-23. TC has been a surprise. I think most people here at the St. George's Gym expected C.I. Gibson to do what they normally do, come in here and mow down the competition. But Temple Christian, they ain't having it. Temple Christian has looked really good for 6 minutes.
Right, but they definitely came out with a lot of energy, to kind of keep the Rattlers at bay. They didn't want to give up too many easy baskets. They know how good the Rattlers can be, so they came out like any underdog team. They came out with a dog mentality. They took it to them defensively, and as you can see now, it's paid off. They have a 1-point lead and a chance to upset the Rattlers.
So Dayton Albury, as anybody who's watched the Temple Christian game this year, Dayton Albury is their high scorer. He's the leading man. I think of him as he does what James Harden does for the Rockets. That's what he does for Temple Christian. But it's been his supporting cast that have stepped up big time. Christian Stirrup, 9 points in the first half. He's looked really good. Gareth Edgecombe has been very aggressive on both ends of the floor. So the other members of the Suns have been stepping up.
And that's definitely what you want in this kind of environment, in this kind of game. It's a big game for them. They don't want to, fall, in the losing bracket a little early. So I expect them, to keep the energy going.
And for the Rattlers, you have to get Jericho Burrows more involved in the game. Just 5 points from your leading scorer in the first half. They've had their struggles on the offensive end as well. So let's see if that defense continues to create more turnovers and create easy baskets, and if C.I. Gibson gains the advantage here in the second half.
Like we saw in that Government High game, a change of rims can mean a world of difference.
Wait, does it?
Compared to being that last
What
game.
y'all be doing in this gym?
Right?
Why Freeport have different rims?
I'll see you, Bill.
I mean, can we say that? I don't trust joking about Obel.
Yeah, that's true.
Not
Not Obel, but they probably pray a lot in here. I'll put it that way.
There you go. So Burrows is fouled on the first possession, and right away we said he had to get more involved, and he gets the first touch for the Rattlers in the second half. Makes his first to tie the game. Hits the front end on the second, so tied at 24. The Suns the opposite end.
I'll say this about the Suns fan base. They are heavy in the comment section.
Well, I got a whole lot of friends for some reason that graduated from TC, and they have tremendous energy for a small school. I gotta give them that.
It kind of reminds me of Tabernacle. They're a very small school, but in any event, they're always high energy. So I would love to see a lot of Nassau fan bases, be able to make this kind of trip.
I don't know. We are a ridiculous set of people.
That's what makes it exciting.
It does. So Burrows scores the first 3 points of the quarter for the Rattlers. And they take a 26-24 lead. Smith gets it ahead to Edgecombe. And Edgecombe will go to the line. The A team has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. just to let y'all know. The A team is watching as Shane and I commentate. Like we told y'all, we are the B team. The A team, Randy Smith, Chris Saunders. They will be on during our feature game.
And the A team was in Alabama just like a couple minutes ago.
That joke is horrible. Simulcast on 10YS TV and on ILTV channel 224. So you can be able to watch the final 2 games of tonight's schedule on television and stream live by 10th year seniors. So however you want to watch, you get to see the best of high school basketball. Brought to you by your favorite sports and pop culture blog. Well, we're the only sports and pop culture blog, so we kind of have to be your favorite.
Plug.
So tied at 26, and Shearer, he goes to the line looking to give C.I. Gibson the lead, and he does just that. So this is kind of the point in that game. Whenever it's a back and forth contest like this, it's always interesting to see who makes the plays that really separates the game at this point? Because it's been a one-possession game. I mean, ever since the first 2 minutes when Stirrup went on that brief run, since then it's been a 1 or 2 possession game. So now who's going to make the plays right here at this pivotal moment in the third to really push ahead?
Ideally, it'll probably come down, to both respective teams' top stars, in Aubrey and then Burroughs. So if this trend keeps going, you could definitely see one of the wildest finishes on day one.
If I know TC the way I know TC, we are headed for at least 2 overtimes.
Oh, gosh.
They're just really good at overtime. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's what you want. Make it fun. It's Nationals. Go all out.
Stirrup gets it inside to Edgecombe, and he's stripped. Burroughs with the dish to Strawn. He draws a foul, so Jaden Strawn will go to the line. And again, the third quarter looks to play out exactly like the second did. A whole lot of fouls. These teams spending a lot of time at the free throw line, scoring without the clock moving. I think the CI fan base heard you when you talked about TC being strong, because now you hear all the Rattlers fans coming alive in the crowd. Sanusi with the 3. And this is the biggest lead of the game for CI Gibson. We said this was a pivotal point. TC, you almost feel like they have to answer at this point, because another turnover and another CI Gibson score, you could feel this game slipping away. Even though it's just 5 points, as much as these teams are struggling to score, 5 points seems like so much more in this game. And Shearer blows an easy layup.
A blessing there for the Suns, and now.
And just like that, 4-point swing. Rattlers with a chance to go up 7, blow the easy layup. Aubrey comes back the other way. He gets the tip in. And the Suns cut it to 3. Burroughs with the shot fake. His jumper is no good. Strawn comes up with the offensive rebound. Back to Burroughs.
This Suns defense has been impressive from the early going.
Listen, the games like this, I have no idea to tell. How do you tell whether it's really good defense or just horrible offense? I'm not that skilled to be able to tell that. I feel like this has been a lot of bad offense.
Honestly, when you see a team flying around on defense like that, you have to feel like it could be playing a role on the Raptors.
Fair, but how do you account for fake hustle? Because we know fake hustle is very important in basketball.
There's nothing fake. I don't see anything fake about the Suns' hustle right now. But
I feel like you just
I just think it's the Rattlers, coming off that long break, and
you trying to make friends in the comment sections.
No.
Yeah. Trying to get the TC fan base on your side. I mean, smart move.
Yeah. Every free point I gotta get any kind of announcer person on my side.
Good call. So Aubrey misses the layup, and the Rattlers are out. Alexander's fouled. Bethel really didn't have to foul him there. He was losing the handle on the ball as he was going up for that layup.
Yeah, questionable call, but now the Rattlers have a chance to increase their lead. Like you say, this game has been played at the free throw line.
It's been a free throw shooting contest. And whoever loses this game, that is the stat that they're going to look at, and somebody's going to hear about it for the rest of the afternoon.
Don't deep dive anymore on the free throws, please.
They're going to hear about it the rest of the afternoon. They're going to circle that on the stat sheet. This is how many free throws you missed.
For you personally, do not have
We
any
ain't
free
talking
throws.
about that.
Okay.
We ain't talking about that. You got to let that in.
All right.
Aubrey drives the lane. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line again.
Aubrey being a lot more aggressive now.
But he's got to convert. He
Yep.
missed 4 free throws in the first half.
I think it's just going to take him seeing one basket fall.
Dayton Albury here at the line for Temple Christian. Misses another. That's 5 misses for him.
This is LeBron like.
What?
Dude, don't even. LeBron's been horrible from the free throw line all season.
First of all, it's time to go film Space Jam 2. Ain't nobody got time for y'all basketball season.
True, but still, I mean, from just before Space Jam time, it was time to film Space Jam.
You know what?
But
Get him a
been
star.
horrible.
How about that? Front office. Get him a star.
I don't think, you know, after the whole AD trade thing, I don't think he earned too many cool points.
I mean, would you not trade 5 players for Anthony Davis?
I mean, duh, of course. I would do that,
Exactly.
but,
So
I mean,
why would you fault him for that? We're supposed to be talking about TC and CI Gibson. Hold on. No. We got to continue this train of thought.
I mean, I faulted them. I just saying, like, I could have waited until all season.
No, it could. You know what?
It's chess, dude. You let the young guys, you know, play confident. You know, they're playing good alongside them. And you just ruin it by saying you want to trade all of you.
Jaden Strong with the offensive rebound, put back, and a chance for a 3-point play, and also a chance for the Rattlers to increase this lead. TC right now wavering. They need a basket. They're getting to the free throw line, not converting. Haven't had many clean looks in the half-court set. Struggling right now, and CI Gibson is taking full advantage. We're going to get back to LeBron in a second.
You know, this is something you definitely would have expected from the Rattlers to start doing in the third period. Kind of shake that first half off, and now they're kind of ramping up the pace.
So Strong converts 3-point play. Edgecombe misses a 3. And CI Gibson now with the chance to go up 10. David Ambrose and Ken Von Farrington check into the game. The Suns call time. Temple Christian right now looks like a team. They look like they're on the ropes.
Right.
What do you do at this point? CI Gibson now has full control of this game with an 8-point lead. Defensively, they look like the Rattlers team that we expect. How does TC respond?
Continue to, you know, what got you in the first place. You know, your defense has been pretty solid. You weren't giving up that much easy buckets, so now you just gotta kind of continue with that trend.
Well, their problem has been offensively. Offensively, they're just not generating the kind of looks that you expect from this team. So if you're not getting that in the half-court set, you've got to find other ways to score. In the first half, that was at the free throw line. The second quarter, they stayed alive by getting to the line often and converting. So far here in the third, not been able to convert and giving up way too many easy baskets to CI Gibson. Burroughs, like you mentioned at halftime, it'll have to be the stars that kind of push both of these teams ahead. And Burroughs has been doing that for CI Gibson so far.
But they kind of get Stirrup going a bit. You know, I think he's kind of cooled off since, you know, that hard first quarter he had.
Albury with the block, erases it at the rim. Ambrose thought he had an easy layup to go up 10. And now I think you're going to see Dayton Albury get more aggressive, get more involved in this offense because this team needs it. Dish there to Jones, he mishandles it. Bethel with the pull-up J. Off the back end, here comes Burroughs. Smith pulls down the rebound, resets and gets it to Bethel. So Edgecombe with the crossover. Now he spent a lot of the first half in the post. Now we see him playing on the wing a bit more. Out of control there on that play, but they need him down on the block. He's not a big player, but he's the biggest player on this team. So they need him down there on the block. So the Rattlers draw a foul. Chad Smith will go to the line with a chance to put them up 10 headed into the fourth. 52 seconds left to play here in the third. Rattlers up 8.
Could it be fatigue playing a factor on the Suns right
I think it's just a matter of their offense has just been completely anemic. They haven't been moving the ball well. There's virtually no offensive rebounding presence other than the one putback that Albury got. But it's one shot and the Rattlers are back the other way. And now Ambrose is literally covering Albury the full length of the floor, but he gets called for a foul.
Is that ready in the bonus?
So Albury will go to the line again, missed the pair in his last trip. Another chance here. And again, another miss from Dayton Albury at the line.
Would you say this is his worst free throw shooting game of the season?
Well, I don't know. In BISS, they still play outside, and nobody can really shoot it well outside, except for Woody Harrelson and White Man Can't Jump. He could shoot it good outside, but other than him, nobody else. Albury with the rebound. Being double teamed in the backcourt, he still takes it, drives the lane, no foul call. Looked like some contact there, but Smith gets the rebound, gets it to Burrows, and he gets a chance to finish the three-point play. What a series from C.I. Gibson. You had Chad Smith, his defensive effort, meeting Albury at the rim, being able to contest that shot without fouling. Great outlet pass to Burrows. He finishes. Now he has a chance for a three-point play. Burrows converts, and now the biggest lead of the game, 12 points. Another easy steal for C.I. Gibson. Burrows, he slips, puts it up, and again. Derrick Burrows has outscored the entire Suns team this quarter.
And now the Rattlers are beginning to look like themselves.
And he'll go to the line with a chance for his second consecutive three-point play. He converts. He scored the last 8 for C.I. Gibson. And just like that, from out of nowhere, it's a 15-point C.I. Gibson lead. Theo Knowles with the dish to Fines. And finally, the Suns get a late bucket. And that's about all the offense that they've been able to muster so far in the quarter. C.I. Gibson dominant, just overwhelming TC in the third. With about 3 minutes to play, he said this is the point in this game where it's critical. It's close, but who makes the plays to separate themselves? And it was the defense of C.I. Gibson.
Definitely that, Burrows went on a hot streak, offensively. That kind of just gave the Rattlers the momentum they needed to kind of to begin to put this game away. Like I said earlier, you get the sense that maybe the Rattlers were probably playing for some, or trying to get the Suns to wear themselves out. You mentioned their depth, and now you see the game plan coming to fruition with, the Rattlers up 13.
So C.I. Gibson outscores Temple Christian 22-8 in the third quarter, and most of that was on the defensive end. Burrows scored 11 in the quarter. Like we said, Temple Christian scores just 8. But he came out aggressive from the opening possession. He was fouled on a jumper. He scored a layup the very next possession following that, and he set the tone for C.I. Gibson there in the third quarter. From there, the defense did the rest. And Burrows started the third just like he ended it. A pair of 6-point plays. And his team now takes a 13-point lead headed into the fourth. 6 minutes left for Temple Christian to make one last run.
And we asked which star would actually come out, take ownership of the second half, and obviously Burrows did just that.
So Stirrup, his floater misses. Comes up with the steal. We haven't seen anything from him since that, like you said, that early first quarter flurry. Aubrey goes behind the back, but he loses the handle. Finds with the rebound. Here comes Theo Knowles for the Suns. Gets it up court to Stirrup. Smith in the corner. Stirrup thinks about a three, dishes it to Knowles, who puts it up. Theo Knowles with the three.
And this is where the Suns have to create that push.
10-point lead. Emmanuel Alexander with the reverse layup. And Smith turns it over. Right after a turnover, he gets subbed out. Nicholas Jones back into the ball game for Temple Christian. There's Strachan with the layup. He dishes it to Smith, stolen by Knowles. Knowles with the fast break. It's deflected out of bounds. Suns will retain possession. Aubrey with the inbound to Edgecombe. Suns working the ball around, looking to find Edgecombe in the post. They did a lot of that in the second quarter. He was playing on the wing a lot in the third. Aubrey drives to the lane. He gets a layup, but he looks hurt. Aubrey still down on the ground. Looks like a rolled ankle. Still down in the backcourt. Both teams checking on him right now. Chad Smith will go to the line, but the Suns right now will have to figure out if they will have their leader on the floor, and he will have to come out of the game. He didn't put any pressure on it at all walking off. Kirkwood Smith checks in. And that's absolutely the last thing you need. You're trailing by 10, 4.5 minutes left to go. And you lose your top player to an ankle injury.
That could be completely demoralizing, but now the Suns just have to, track on, and hopefully they can,
And they lost him for about 37 seconds.
He's back.
Because now
he's not sitting out.
He's at the scorer's table about to check in. Chad Smith at the line. Smith no good on the first. Makes the second. There seems to be some discrepancy whether Aubrey gets to check back into the game or not. And he won't be, so the Suns will have to find another. They'll have to find some other form of offense with Aubrey on the sideline. Do they go back to Stirrup? Jones, his pass is stolen. And Knowles takes it right back. So Theo Knowles in the fourth here has made a three. Drives to the lane now with an opportunity to tack on two more as the Suns try to trim into this deficit. Aubrey now checks back into the game for Smith. So we'll have to monitor how well he is able to move, how effective he can be. and how serious that ankle injury is. Knowles misses the first.
Doesn't appear too serious. He's not, favoring it anymore.
Oh, you're not going to be able to tell until after the game. This is all adrenaline right now.
Right. That's a healthy dose of adrenaline because he really skied for that block. Well,
so count the basket. It's going to be goaltending.
Yeah, those kind of mistakes you can't afford.
And they've got to be able to cut into the deficit from the line while the clock's not moving. Meanwhile, C.I. Gibson, the team with the lead, they're the ones capitalizing at the line. Now 51-37. Trying to get the ball to Aubrey on the wing. He Euro steps, puts it up. So Aubrey goes back to the line. The slow pace favors Temple Christian, clearly. When C.I. Gibson speeds the game up, they created a series of turnovers that put them ahead by this double-figure margin. Temple Christian has to be able to slow the game down, create fouls, get to the line, and at the line, convert.
Right, definitely, and it's going to have to start with Aubrey. He's definitely going to, he's getting to the line, he's doing what he wants to do, but he has what he's wet, like.
Smith misses a jump hook. The Suns come up with it here. Stirrup, we haven't heard much from him since the first. And he'll get a chance to go back to the line now. This is the player that they needed to step up during that run in the third when C.I. Gibson pulled ahead. You need somebody else to get it done. It's not going to be one guy. You got to be able to do it by committee. Stirrup started out the game really well, and I thought they went away from him too soon.
Right. So now he's definitely going to have to lean on. They're going to have to lean on Stirrup. You don't know what's going on with Aubrey and his ankle. So I definitely can see Stirrup, getting a little bit more aggressive now.
So he makes two at the line. The lead is 10. 3 minutes left to play. Strong with another opportunity for a three-point play for C.I. Gibson. I feel like we've been seeing them go to the line for three-point plays this entire second half. I mean, someone's shouting and one on just about every possession.
Yeah, either the Suns aren't fouling hard enough or, Rally's been eating it. Pardon me for sounding old, Wheaties.
So Smith will check back into the game for Knowles.
I think it's y'all come.
I mean, got to regulate that, though. We only got like 10 years left.
That's true.
Sanusi was a no-look pass to Smith. He can't finish. But the Rattlers winning the battle on the offensive board. And now that size difference just is dominating the game at this point. When it's not Smith on the boards, it's Burrows. Strawn's been down there getting three-point plays.
Yeah, you get the sense that now it's all about the Rattlers just coasting home now. They're kind of worn down the Suns. And they don't look too demoralized, but they just got to try and create a spark in the last 2.5 minutes left.
So will that spark come from Aubrey? He drives the lane. He's blocked. So the Rattlers call time, up 13. Looking to put this one away and take their first win of the 2019 Nationals. C.I. Gibson, of course, always up there, always among the Final Four, have yet to win a Nationals. our first nationals, the inaugural edition in 2016, won by CC Sweeting. Then after that, you had two Grand Bahama teams. St. George's takes it in 2017. You had Tabernacle last year. This year, a lot of people think the Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins coming in as the #1 seed in their pool. The #1 overall seed, I would say, after winning the Hugh Campbell over the St. George's Jaguars. But I feel like the Jaguars always have an advantage here at Nationals because they get to play in their home gym.
Yeah, definitely, and that's definitely a game, the Jaguars felt they let slip away from them. And if they get another crack at Doris Johnson, especially in the biggest stage in the national tournament, we could see a different result, but I think Doris Johnson may be hungry enough to, take that national championship back to New Providence.
So we saw a stir-up with the layup, and when you see him make 2 free throws 2 possessions before, and then he scores that easily on that possession, you wonder why this team wasn't getting the ball to him when they were trailing by 6, when they were trailing by 8. Now you're down 11 with the game pretty much slipping out of hand right now.
I think a lot of that came from the Rattlers, defense in the third period.
So approaching the 2-minute mark here. The Suns have to be able to defend without fouling. And you're fouling the Rattlers' best free throw shooter in Burroughs.
Stranger things have happened.
Like what?
Missed free throws by a really good player, but...
You mean Zion Williamson?
Kind of a low blow there.
No, I mean, what? He missed a free... They still won. I'm just saying he missed a free throw in a clutch moment.
Yeah, so that's LeBron and he's on the Lakers.
So Smith loses the handle. .152 left, and Bethel checks in for Smith. Aubrey gets it in the backcourt. We knew they were going to trap that ball out of his hands. Jones up over the outstretched arms of Smith, and it's an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, they got to extend their defense and hopefully,
the Suns need stops, and they get one. Jones comes up with the steal. Stirrup gets it in the hands of Aubrey. He drives the lane, and his floater is off.
He's really looking for a call there.
Burroughs thinks about it, doesn't shoot it, gets it back out to Sanusi. Three seconds left on the shot clock. Burroughs no good on the 3. Suns with another opportunity. And that's the last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead. Now you give foul in the backcourt. You give Temple Christian an opportunity to cut into the deficit while the clock is stopped.
Yeah, but this has been a sore spot for this team, and hopefully, Aubrey rises to the occasion now and knocks these 2 down.
Well, this is the moment where you've got to have it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These are the biggest free throws of the game for Temple Christian right here. The chance to cut it to 6. And Aubrey makes the first. Misses a second. Smith with another rebound. Gets it to the hands of his point guard. Suns have to defend without fouling. You know the Rattlers just trying to exhaust the entire shot clock at this moment. There's the steal. Bethel comes up with it. Gets it in the hands of Aubrey. Smith chases him down. So Albury will go to the line again.
I know he wishes he had that one.
So Dayton Albury returns to the free throw line. Split a pair of the possession before, with a chance here to cut it to 5, and he makes first. Auburn makes them both. And the Rattlers call time, 55-50. Now, if they can come up with a stop, we may be set. You know what? No, we may be setting up for overtime. They're really good at overtime. I've been telling you. For some reason, they just find a way to get it to overtime.
Hey, win where you're good at. Get it how you live.
So Burrows will inbound, 14 seconds on the shot clock, 30 seconds on the game clock. He gets it to Strawn. It's not the guy you want to foul.
Definitely not the guy you want to foul.
Rattlers up 5, 26 seconds left. Burrows makes 2 routine free throws. But he made them look routine.
What do you think the Suns do there? Do you think they come up with a 3 or they?
They haven't made a 3 since the opening minutes of the first quarter. Nope, I'm wrong. No one's made a 3 in the second half, so they have 2 threes this game.
Interesting song selection.
Wait, we're still playing him?
Huh?
We're still playing him?
I guess so.
That's a thing?
I feel like this is a song they just play when a team is being eliminated in the tournament.
I didn't know his music was still getting spins. That's a thing. I thought we canceled him, Bill Cosby. Are we canceling Cardi B? We'll podcast about it.
Nah.
So Aubrey mishandles it. Sanusi comes up with it and the easy layup, and that'll do it. The Rattlers go up 9, and they will take the third game. Jones with the late layup. Too little, too late for the Suns at this point.
Strong start, but
just not enough to finish. And C.I. Gibson takes the 59-52 win here in Game 3 of the National High School Basketball Championships, brought to you by the IL Cares Foundation. That'll do it for us at the B team. So